Now we start with the introduction of our experiment with about the Gay-Lussac's law. Well, the Gay-Lussac's law was discovered by Joseph Louis Gay-Lussac in the early 80s. However, by the chem teams, our knowledge of this is much easier than concerns about Boyle's or Charles Boyle law. This law gives the relationship between pressure and temperature when volume and amount of substance are held constant. If the temperature of a container is increased, the pressure increases. If the temperature of a container decreases, then the pressure decreases. Why? Because this is suppose the temperature is increased. This means gas molecules will move faster and they will impact the container walls more often. This means that the gas pressure inside the container will increase since the temperature increased.
For this experiment, we have made a research question that says, to what extent does the effect of the increase of temperature inside a container affects the change of pressure also inside the container? And our hypothesis is, if the temperature inside the container increases, then the pressure of the gas also inside the container will increase, and that will cause the egg to slide inside the bottle.
In this experiment, we have certain variables. The independent variable is the temperature. It is going to be changing. The dependent variable is the pressure inside the container, and the control variables are the volume of the gas inside the container.
The materials that we are going to use for this experiment are a lighter, a piece of paper, a bottle of glass, and a boiled egg.
In this experiment, first we're going to fire up the paper with the lighter, and we're going to introduce it into the bottle, and then we're going to place the egg on the top of it and wait.
After performing the practice, we were able to observe the egg went inside the bottle, and this was a result of the cold air that was produced when the paper stopped burning. The cold air caused the space inside the bottle to be greater, and this led to the egg to fall.
For the discussion of our experiment, it can be mentioned that we hadn't been developing the experiment correctly, so we had some troubles with it. This was because, according to the literature cited by Louis H. Aycock, we hadn't been applying enough heat inside of the bottle for the pressure of the gas to match the pressure outside of the bottle. So then, after a few trials, when we applied more heat, the pressure on the inside could match the pressure on the outside of the bottle. And then when the oxygen ran out, the bottle started to cool down. When this happened, the pressure was no longer equal inside to the pressure outside, so the egg slid into the bottle.
As a conclusion, we may say that the Lussac law can be comproved in this experiment because actually the temperature increases and cause that the pressure also increases, pulling the egg down inside of the bottle. Some of the improvements that we can have in this experiment is to find a bottle that correctly fits the shape of the egg